Welcome, beautiful souls. This message is for the collective and every zodiac sign arriving exactly when your soul is ready to receive it. You have been guided here for a reason. Beneath the watchful gaze of the ancient goddess and the sacred rhythm of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, the cards awaken to reveal timeless wisdom. Take a deep breath, open your heart, and allow the magic to unfold. Blessed be.
Okay, my lovelies, let's see. What does our journal card ask us today? It asks us, what are you meant to learn from your current obstacles? And we all know we have obstacles. Once again, we're asking the cards, what are we meant to learn from our current obstacles? Let's go ahead and mix these up a little bit. And let us take the carnelian crystal and rub some magic into this deck and see what we have going on. So, what do we have? We have in the center, we will have wow, starting off with a big one, the magician. Next, we have the 9 of coins. Next, we have the 5 of swords. Our next card, another major arcana card, the wheel. On top of the deck, we have the 2 of swords. Closer to the bottom of the deck, we are having the 8 of cups. And the final card pulling is the 2 of coins. Let's take a gander at what we have going on with the cards that we've just drawn. We have two major arcana cards. We have 2 swords, 1 cup, and 2 coins. So we're missing, guess what? The wands. We have no fire. So let's see what type of creativity and inspiration we are missing in this pull, because we have 2 airs, 1 water, and 2 coins, or 2 earths, and we have no fire. Okay, let us see what these cards have to tell us. What are you meant to learn from your current obstacles? Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm so grateful that Spirit has guided you here today. Before we begin, take a slow, deep breath. Allow yourself to settle into this sacred moment. Whether you're listening today, next week, or years from now, trust that if this reading has found you, there may be a message here for your journey. Today's question, as I've said, is what are you meant to learn from your current obstacles? What are you meant to learn from your current obstacles? The cards drawn for the collective are the Magician, the 9 of coins, the 5 of swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the 2 of swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Two of Coins. Let's see what story Spirit unfolds for us today. Let's see, beginning with the Magician. Spirit begins with one of the most empowering cards in the tarot, the Magician. The Magician doesn't ask what you lack. The Magician asks, why have you forgotten what you already possess? Many of you have been looking at your current obstacles as if they were giant walls standing in your way. Spirit says these are mirrors. These challenges are revealing gifts you've underestimated. Some of you possess incredible intuition, but you've ignored it. Others have remarkable creativity, but have waited for permission to use it. Some have wisdom earned through so many years of hardship, yet still doubt yourselves. The Magician reminds us that every tool needed for this chapter already exists within you. Your obstacle isn't a lack of resources, it's learning to trust your own power. Perhaps you've spent too much time believing someone else knows better. Or maybe perhaps you've been waiting for circumstances to become perfect. Spirit gently smiles and says, the magic begins the moment you decide to use what you already have. The Nine of Coins. Immediately after you reclaim your power from the Magician, here comes the Nine of Coins. This card radiates confidence, independence, and abundance. Yet, notice something interesting. This abundance isn't handed to the figure. It was cultivated. See, as by the birds of prey. Every harvest comes after seasons of planting, watering, waiting, and believing. Spirit says many of your obstacles have actually been teaching you patience. You have been developing strength that cannot be bought or borrowed. Some of you are building businesses. Some are rebuilding confidences after heartbreaks. Others are learning to stand on your own emotionally or financially. This card whispers, your greatest health isn't money, not the coins. It's peace, it's wisdom, it's self-respect. When you've learned to appreciate your own value, the opinions of others lose their power. That lesson alone will change your entire life. Oh boy, here we have the Five of Swords. Now the energy shifts from the Nine of Coins to the Five of Swords. Here we encounter conflict, arguments, competition, misunderstandings, and old wounds. The Five of Swords often appears when we're asking ourselves, was winning worth losing your peace? Spirit says one of the greatest obstacles facing this collective has involved people. Of course, people. Some conversations left scars. Some friendships ended unexpectedly. Some family relationships became exhausting. Some of you have continued replaying old arguments in your mind long after they've ended. Ever have that happen? Spirit asks, what if the lesson wasn't about proving yourself right? What if it was about choosing peace over pride? Sometimes victory is walking away. Sometimes wisdom is silence. Sometimes healing begins when we stop trying to convince people who have already decided not to understand us. Your obstacle may have been teaching discernment. Not every battle deserves your energy. Wheel of Fortune. Then comes beautiful movement. The wheel begins turning. Nothing remains the same forever. Spirit reminds us that every difficult season eventually changes. Every winter gives into spring. Every storm eventually passes. If you've been wondering whether things will always feel this heavy, well, the answer is no. But the wheel also teaches responsibility. Cycles repeat until the lessons are learned. Again, cycles repeat until the lessons are learned. If the same situation keeps appearing with different people, if the same disappointment keeps returning, if the same fear continues to surface, Spirit invites you to ask, what pattern are you being invited to break? The obstacle isn't punishment. It's an opportunity to choose differently. This is where destiny and free will meet. The wheel turns, and how you respond determines where it's going to carry you next. Now, we arrive at hesitation in the Two of Swords. This card often represents standing between two paths. Many of you already know what your heart wants, but your mind continues arguing with it. You've been gathering more information, waiting for another sign, looking for certainty. Spirit gently laughs because you've already received several signs. You've simply doubted them. This card teaches that indecision eventually becomes a decision. Standing still is still choosing. Your obstacle may not be that you don't know. It may be that you're afraid of what changes once you admit you do know. Spirit encourages you to remove the blindfold right here. Look honestly at your life. What have you been avoiding? What truth keeps returning? What conversation needs to happen? What chapter has quietly ended, even if you've struggled to accept it? Courage doesn't eliminate fear. It just walks forward anyway. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is deeply emotional. This is the card of sacred departure. Walking away isn't always about giving up. Sometimes it's about growing beyond what once used to fit. Spirit says many of you have outgrown versions of yourself, old beliefs. You're still doing old expectations and old identities, even dreams that once felt right. There's sadness here because letting go often carries grief. Yet, there is also hope. The figure on this card doesn't wander aimlessly. They walk towards something. This is towards something their soul longs for. Sometimes obstacles exist because Spirit is gently closing doors that your heart no longer belongs behind. You may have tried repeatedly to force something to work, something like a relationship, a job, a living situation, a friendship. Oh, how about an old version of yourself? Spirit asks, if it keeps requiring you to abandon yourself to keep it, is it truly meant for you? That question deserves quiet reflection. Walking away can be an act of profound self-love. Finally, in the Two of Coins, Spirit brings balance. The Two of Coins reminds us that life isn't about achieving perfect control. It's about learning graceful movement. Many of you have been juggling responsibilities, things like finances or health, family, work, dreams, maybe even spiritual growth. You wondered whether you're doing enough. Spirit says you are learning flexibility. Obstacles have been teaching adaptability rather than perfection. Notice how this card dances with change instead of resisting it. Sometimes we exhaust ourselves trying to keep everything exactly the same. But life asks us to adjust, to breathe, to laugh, but most of all, to trust ourselves. Balance here isn't something we find once, it's something we create over and over and over again. The story these cards tell together as a whole, when we place every card side by side, a beautiful message emerges. The obstacle wasn't sent to defeat you, it arrived for your awakening. The Magician says, remember your power. The Nine of Coins says, recognize your worth. The Five of Swords says, protect your peace. The Wheel of Fortune says, trust the changing seasons. The Two of Swords says, face the truth you've been avoiding. The Eight of Cups says, release what no longer nourishes your spirit. The Two of Coins says, learn to move with life instead of resisting it. These aren't separate lessons. These are steps on the same journey. If this reading resonates with you, Spirit invites you to reflect on one final question. What part of you has become stronger because of what you've survived? Not what you've lost, not who disappointed you, not what did not happen, but what has quietly grown inside you. Perhaps what's grown is your boundaries. Perhaps what's grown is your compassion. Perhaps what's grown is your faith. Perhaps what's grown is your resilience. Obstacles become your greatest teachers because they reveal strengths we never knew we possessed. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. And in order to do that, I'm going to draw the Wisdom of the Oracle cards, a few of us to see what the Oracle cards have to accent this reading. One of the cards that we have is saying, truth be told, Truth be told. And what this card is asking you, it is asking you that you tell yourself the truth. All of the obstacles, all of the revelations that have been made to you, maybe they have been painful, but aren't they exactly what you needed at the time? Let's see another wisdom of the Oracle card. We have, there's no place like home, no peace like home, no place like home. Remember, we talked about peace. Isn't it better to have peace than pride? And for the final obstacle card, what our obstacles do for us is of all the higher power. The higher power, when we lose faith in ourselves, we definitely have a power greater than ourselves, in a higher power that loves us when we don't love ourselves. But the object of Earth School here is to learn how to love ourselves and be true to ourselves. And we can only do that by growing. Blessed be, my lovelies. And until we meet again. Hi, thank you for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed reading for you, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If so, would you please press the like button, the subscribe button, and that little bell icon so you never miss a little reading from me. Because one thing's for sure, I don't want to miss you. So go ahead, press those buttons, and thank you for stopping at my channel.